Hello everyone. In this video we are going to make a commented walkthrough about the last stand brutal difficulty for the Operation Pandora event that is currently going on, at least in North America server for World of Tanks. In this particular game we went with probably not a common team because we were running a round panzer, one obsidian, and also one T-28 with 2 grams. My teammate and myself. We decided to use the southwestern part of the city as our point to hold all the waves. This first wave came to us quickly when we were positioning, so we got a lot of hits coming toward us. Also, the Lost Grenadiers are going to spawn in our rear. They are going to spawn right now. So keep in mind that if you play in this position and they spawn at your back, they can hit for a lot of damage if they get the backside of your tank, unless you are playing with the super heavy like the BK 168 or KB5. In this case, I'm always trying to get my shots, if possible, at the rear of the tank or the middle side, because normally the tanks will have the fuel tanks there, and with the Grom is easier to set them on fire. I think I never saw an Amarak here against bots, but from my experience playing Mirni events, for example, in the past, you can set on fire all the tanks controlled by the machine, and it's one of the easiest ways to kill them. So basically, you aim to hit the fuel tanks because they are not going to repair them. So if you hit them both times with a small caliber gun, you can probably set them on fire. Or if you have a high alpha, high model damage like the Grom, you can probably set them on fire with just one shot. What I recommend for people to complete this event is to grab a group of 5. In this case, we were not really coordinating anything, so this attempt is probably almost as close as a random game. Maybe not as close because we were discussing previously, not on the round, but in the lobby, like which tank are we going to use, but nobody was really telling, okay, you should play this tank this way. Like everybody is pretty much playing by themselves, but we decided that this was a good position to hold off, and also that we needed at least 2 TDs with high alpha, in this case the 2 grams. So the tanks with higher rate of fire, like the Obsidian and the Round Panzer, can finish off the tanks that we hit and we are unable to finish off because the Grom is probably best used as a damage dealer and not really a killer. You want to try to maximize your DPM, hitting your shots as close as possible to the enemy to increment the alpha. Like you see, my shots are almost always higher than 500. Like I only do shots for lower damage if I have a clear kill or if I am sniping from afar. Also keep in mind that probably it's a good idea to have group repairs if you play with a team and you can coordinate. Is a good thing. Like in this case, we were probably overlapping group repairs because we were not using any comms whatsoever. Um, we also probably didn't really do a lot of focus fire, and we also finished off enemies far away from this position, like not really killing them all in this place, because when you kill a tank, it's going to drop a medium ball, so you probably want that as close as possible to refill your abilities. Um, this wave, the most important thing is to kill the headshots that are moving fast to your team, and also the corrupted hornet, because that fire shot is something that you really don't want to get. And also try to spread out when fighting the corrupted ferratas, because they are going to do the vampire IOE thing, and you don't want to get caught in that AOE. So spread out as much as possible. In this round, we lost two teammates because of that. And also sometimes you don't get lucky and bots decide to just focus fire on someone and that's it. This position is good because you can switch back and forth from that small ridge there. So you can go under and then go up top and be covered from the fire from the other positions. Like if you are under that ridge, you get cover from the city, and if you climb here, they have to came from this particular corridor, or they have to move towards you, climbing this hill to actually shot you. In this case, I didn't try to kill the heavy tank and decided to go for the Hornet because it's really a priority target. Also, the trappers are important to kill. You can just counter them by always move your tank when you hear the sound, or like if you have a fast tank, it's not going to be a problem. But using slower tanks, if you don't time it right, you are going to probably get a lot of damage done by the trapper. So it's a really important thing to kill the trapper and the flame hornet. Here we have the situation in control. Like this was just clearing up the tanks at this point. And the first 4 waves are easy, or let's say easier than the last one. Like the last wave is probably the most difficult one. And also it feels like since it's the last one, you have a lot more pressure to perform and win, uh, because you did all this work, and it will be not a good idea to lose, right? So the best thing you can do here is to rush one of the two packs that are going to spawn at first and just kill that pack to minimize the number of guns shooting at you, and also the angles that they are going to shoot you at. Here we are almost dead. Like we have the Grom that was going to die, and the Obsidian just died with 8 tanks left. But since we managed to kill the first pack, and this second pack is uh, coming from an angle where they didn't have shot at first, it was something that we could achieve. So here we only have 3 tanks left, and we still have 9,000 hit point left to clear. But we make the right decision to focus fire on the trapper because we were using a T28 that is really slow. Here I didn't manage to hit the Hornet, and also I think the Grom did shoot and also didn't manage to hit the Hornet, so we probably lost some time. Here I'm lucky, but I'm also aiming to create a fire in the E50, and since that shot was a fire, it was possible to practically one-shot that tank. And then we finish off the last tank with only 2 tanks left in our team. But it's perfectly possible to not do a lot of misplays like we did here. If you coordinate with a team of 5 and you follow a plan, at least, like this group of people were playing with me in like a random group that we gathered from our friend list, but we were not using any voice communication uh, other than the voice chat that only one player was using. But the moment we started to play, we didn't really use anything at all other than the quick chat commands that we have in World of Tanks. But the most important thing is for everyone to remember the plan and the idea. The idea is to focus fire, to not lose shots. For example, a high alpha gun that reloads in a lot of time will not really shoot a tank that has low hit points. It should try to hit a tank with more hit points, and the higher reload tanks should try to finish off the tanks with lower amount of hit points. Sometimes this is not possible, and that's fine. It's better to have one less tank in the enemy team than maximizing your damage. It's always better to have less guns in the enemy team. But this is just a walkthrough and demonstration that you can achieve uh, this difficulty using some suboptimal tanks and not using the glitch that is present in this map in the center of the map. That spot is not used here. We only use one particular spot of the map and we stay there the whole encounter. And that's it. Hope it finds this video useful for your runs, and good luck.